I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. You ain't getting shit.
If you're into intense courtroom drama, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more fiery court hearings just like this one. Now, let's get back into it, because this hearing gets wild. In today's video, we've got a heated courtroom showdown featuring a mom who flat out refuses to pay the child support that this dad is rightfully owed. And let me tell you, things spiral fast. She completely loses it during the hearing, throwing a full-on tantrum and tossing out excuse after excuse. Meanwhile, the dad? He's calm, composed, and honestly handles the whole situation like a pro. He even gets a surprise show of support when his friends jump into the Zoom call toward the end, backing him up. But here's the real twist. This mom already lost custody of her kids. We're not entirely sure why, but now she owes over $3,000 in child support, and she's doing everything in her power to dodge the responsibility. Tensions are high, emotions are running wild, and it all comes to a dramatic, messy end. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. But for now, let's jump in and see how it all unfolds.
Has the mother made any direct payments to you for the support of the children?
No, sir.
Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
No extra information. Well, you know what? She did. My son did run away when he was in the summer of before he turned 18, and then he went to go live with his brother. So that would that's what he did, and so he's lived with his brother for I'd say about 7, 8 months. I can't remember the exact time. It's been a long time.
It's been a year.
And did you agree during that time frame for the child to live with someone else?
Yeah,
No.
to live with his brother.
No.
Ms. Hagwood, no one's asking you a question right now.
And just to confirm, sir, about how long did the child live with the other sibling?
It's about 7 or 8 months, I believe. I'm kind of off. Like I said, it's been a very long time.
Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Sherry Ann Baldwin.
I'm sorry, is your last name also Hagwood?
That's my maiden name, and it's Haygood.
Haygood. Okay, thank you, ma'am. As it relates to the child support judgment, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $2,367.20 as of March 31st, 2024. I'm requesting that you pay that back at $150 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
Explain to the court why you're not in agreement to the amount that you owe.
Well, I got a phone.
I don't know if it's just me, guys, but I'm definitely picking up on some serious energy coming off this Sherry Hagwood girl. Like, the judge is clearly not impressed with her behavior. She literally just interrupted the guy mid-sentence, and not in a good way. What makes it even funnier is that his friend is chilling in the bottom right corner of the screen, just silently watching the chaos unfold like it's the best show on TV. Let me know in the comments what you think so far, because honestly, I find this super entertaining. Just looking at the guy's demeanor in the top right, you can tell he's not hiding anything. He's calm, collected, and letting it all play out. Meanwhile, she's jumping in, cutting him off, and trying to flip the script. Alright, enough of my thoughts. Let's jump back in and see what she has to say next, because this is getting juicy.
February 1st of 2022 from my oldest son, who is, Lewis isn't the father, of Dylan Haygood. And he told me that my son Lewis is there. He's been thrown out. And he doesn't know what to do. So I start helping. Lewis comes over here and he's staying with me for a few weeks. He's staying with his brother. And then finally he moves in with me April 1st of 22. And he's been away from his father ever since. Me and his brother's been caring for him, his eyeglasses, his doctor's appointments, getting him to court. I have documentation from the court stating that he was with me and his brother, probation officers that are willing to whatever y'all need them to write up. But I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for.
And during that time,
That's
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And during that time frame, when the child started to reside with you, did you petition the court to change the child support to reflect
Yes,
that
sir.
the child was living with you?
Yes, sir. I called y'all immediately and I emailed the court paper that I had stating that he was living with his brother. And then I went and got the lady told me to do this.
Ms. Hagan?
The whatever child support officer I spoke with told me to go file this with the courts, and it's my name is Sherry Ann Baldwin. I am the mother and the child of Luis Mendoza. He has resided with me since April 1st, 2022, and is currently residing in Johnson County. And it's signed and dated.
Again,
And
Ms.
then,
Hagan,
pardon me.
the question that was asked is, did you petition the court to change the child support amount? Now, did you file a paperwork stating that the child was living with you? My question was, did you petition the court to request that the child support be changed to reflect that the child was residing with you?
Yes, sir, I did.
What's their case number, ma'am?
Well, I called y'all and told you that he was living with me and not the father. She told me to send in the paperwork that I had, so I did. And then she said she had 190 days to contact the father and that y'all would get a hold of me. And then she said that they froze the funds. And so I don't know.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm calling cap on this one. She's clearly not telling the truth, and I can't tell if she's genuinely clueless or just pretending to be. Like, seriously, who doesn't know that if you want to change your child support payments, not paying them isn't the way to go? You have to go through the proper channels, call the court, file a motion, and get it adjusted legally. If you just stop paying, that money keeps stacking up, and it's only going to make you look worse in the long run. So either she's just being reckless or she's playing dumb on purpose. And honestly, the whole thing is starting to feel real sketchy. I know the guy mentioned the kid went to stay with his brother, but even then you still have to update the court. If you don't, you're going to end up owing money you technically shouldn't have to pay. But until it's official, you're still on the hook. Whether she's in the right or wrong, something just isn't adding up here. Let's see if she has anything else to say, because this story is looking shakier by the second. All right, let's get back into it.
All right, and as it relates to the medical support, ma'am, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $849.32 as of March 31st. 2024, and requesting that you pay that back at $50 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
And could you explain to the court why you're not in agreement to paying that amount?
Because I feel like I was the one caring for his needs. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. I don't have extra money like that. I can't be taking him to the eye doctor and to appointments and feeding him and clothing him and paying him his father child support.
And just to confirm, ma'am, when you say that you're paying the father child support for a child that's residing with you, when exactly did you pay those amounts to the father?
I have documentation of every child support payment I ever made, and I have documentation of it.
And ma'am, were you able to review the
Pardon?
Were you able to review the report that was provided on the screen as it relates to the child
really
support payment?
I couldn't really see. But
And
I
would you like
stopped
me to
paying
so that
after April
April of what year, ma'am?
22. I stopped paying, and that's when I went and got the documentation that he was living with me full time.
All right, we have to understand one thing. The Attorney General's office is not the court. You can ask the AG's office to do a lot of stuff. You can ask them questions. You can ask them to file something for you that might help you, but they're not the court.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love that this judge is actually calling her out. Like I mentioned before, none of this adds up. I mean, they've been divorced for what? Close to 10 years now. And she just suddenly forgot that you have to contact the court to make any changes to child support? Come on now. If you've been through a divorce and you've been co-parenting for that long, you know that going through the court is standard procedure. It's not some secret rule. If you want to adjust child support or anything related to your kid, you have to file the right paperwork. It's basic stuff. Up to this point, she's been kind of keeping it together, but in this next part of the clip, she completely loses it. Like, really goes off the rails. And the best part? The judge doesn't play around. He snaps her right back into place, and it's honestly kind of satisfying to watch. Alright, let's wrap this up and see how this all plays out, because things are about to get wild.
If you don't file anything with the court, then it's almost like nothing ever happened. because the AG has discretion to do what they like, which means they could file something or they could not file something. They didn't file anything. Separately, what you're supposed to do is file something with the court, and nothing was ever filed with the court. I don't work for the AG's office. The judges in the courthouse don't work for the AG's office. So you can tell me all day long that you talk to the AG's office, but that's not the court. So I can't modify your order. You were responsible to modify your own order if the AG didn't want to help you, or if you wanted to do it on your own. It's very simple to do, and that hasn't happened. So you owe these arrears. It's a very small amount. You owe the full amounts that are owed. You decided not to make payments. So you owe $2,367.20, payable at $150 a month, and medical support arrears of $849.32, payable at $50 a month. If there's money on hold, then they will try to forward that towards those amounts. And then if there's any remaining balance, then those are the monthly payments. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You ain't getting shit.
Hey, good. You want me to find you in contempt of court? Miss Haygood, I can fine you $50 for contempt of court for cussing in my court. So please, don't act like a child. We don't need.
I thought I was off. I thought I hit the button. I'm sorry.
Okay, be respectful. All right, y'all can press leave to exit out.
Well, that was absolutely embarrassing. And honestly, I don't think she's ever going to pay that money. This case happened a while ago, and I couldn't find any updates on it. But let's be real, we can all pretty much guess how this played out. She probably let it default, and this guy's likely never going to see a dime. That said, after watching the whole hearing, I've got mixed feelings. I mean, yeah, she was completely out of line, but I'm not even sure this guy deserves the full $3,000. Maybe half, but if the kid wasn't even living with him for a while, it's kind of confusing why he's owed that much. Still, that's beside the point. What really stood out was her behavior. Even if your mic is muted, the way she spoke, especially in front of a judge, was just wild. And, of course, her mic wasn't muted. That outburst ended up costing her $50, which honestly seems low considering how disrespectful she was. She flat out said, "I'm not paying that," right after the judge gave his ruling. That kind of attitude just undermines the whole process, and honestly, it made her look even worse. At the end of the day, you can kind of see how she lost custody in the first place. There's clearly a lot more going on behind the scenes. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you've got thoughts, feedback, or your own take on the case, drop a comment. I'll be responding to every single one. And if you're enjoying content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm pushing out as much as I can because I genuinely enjoy reacting to these kinds of videos and sharing my thoughts with you all. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.